All right, man. What's going on, man? I'm not gonna be on. Hopefully, not super long today, but I do appreciate everybody for tapping in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And talk a little boxing real quick, man. Uh, 1 second. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, the Help Blaze at thehelpblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow1Boxing. Get you 18% off their 100% all natural products, lotion, soaps, foot soaks, bath bomb, deodorant, everything. They got you for sure, man. And promo code Goodfellow Unboxing in the description. Check that out as well too, man. I thought it was plugged in. Hold on. There we go. But yeah, all that's in the description, man. Check it out, man. They got some really good 100% all natural products over there, man. And they're real good people, man. So check them out, man. Uh, and don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email as well. If you ever need to get in touch with me, personal, like business ventures, or just you want to have a personal conversation, I will hit you back in my earliest convenience. So somebody hit me up today and said I had some information wrong and I shot them my article. So hopefully I satisfied what they was looking for. You feel me? But I hit back, man. So you know, on a personal level, shit, I hit back. You got questions or you got you try to need to know how to stream on YouTube. So I do help and I will be doing a video on that, man. Um, Obviously people don't like that I don't like Errol Spence and what he ducking. And like I said before, because I don't plan on addressing this again, I don't care. People got too much invested into a man. All right, so I don't give a fuck, man. I have fun with this shit. Personally, I can never dislike or like a person I don't know on a personal level. It's strictly boxing, and like I said before, I don't care who don't like it. I don't hide my subscribers. I don't hide my likes, my dumbs. Not it doesn't matter to me, dog. It don't. Long as if I can go down or go out or go up on my own merit, I'm totally fine with that, man. You know what I'm saying? If if I go down believing what I believe and in my heart and my head, and I ain't going out being a fake or a buster, and it's a lot of niggas on here personally that I know that's faking, that's capping, power to them. I could just never sell myself out, or sell myself short. And that's the point. That's just who I am genuinely. Shout out to Darcy, salute. That's who I am personally. So, everything I'm saying on my channel, I believe it, bro. It might have a funny twist to it or it might have comedy in there, but I'm dead ass serious. I'm never gonna sit here and say some shit on my channel I don't believe. Personally, I might troll and personal account fuck with a few niggas, but I mean what I say. And at the end of the day, I back it up with facts, and I back it up in X's and O's with facts. So for those who don't like it, they don't like it. They can eat a dick, straight up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas swear to God, I don't like his shit. He a hater. Don't watch. But you gotta watch because I'm the most consistent nigga on here. You gotta watch because every day I'm on point. You gotta watch. While your favorite YouTuber don't drop no videos, nigga, I run circles around him. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch because I'm talking news. You gotta watch because I'm talking facts. You gotta watch because I'm persistent. And everybody want to say, how is he so persistent? How does he do it? Like the game is to be sold, not told. You feel me? I do it because I can, and I got a crazy life running around me, and I'm still able to be the most consistent. Not go away for a day, not go away for a week. I'm just on my P's and Q's because what I do, a system for me, it works. Coastal Sports TV salute. What it do for me, it work. It may not work for A, B, or C, or D, but it worked for me. You know what I'm saying? So if it worked for me, it may not work for somebody else, but I'll never tell. I never tell. I never tell. Nope. Never tell niggas. Never tell your secret because they'll use it against you. I never tell. Yo, you just sit here making videos all day. Trust me. My editing, niggas be sitting here editing their whole video to be like cinema. And nigga, you get like 500 views. You know what I'm saying? You editing for an hour. Should I edit for a minute? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Andrew Ruiz. We talk about Andrew Ruiz and AJ. And we're talking about Tony Harrison. I don't have an update, but I can give you a physical update about Tony Harrison. But I'm gonna just cook on Ruiz for a minute. Then I cook on Harrison and Charlo for a minute. My thoughts on that, and then I'll just open up for Q&A. I'm not gonna be on long. Shout out to everybody on Facebook, man. I see y'all. I when I upgrade my because I'm gonna get this computer away. Once I upgrade my computer, I'm gonna have a Facebook channel here too. Um, but where I figure out this other problem I'm having with it, um, but yeah, about Andy Ruiz, he gonna have to do what they tell him to do. You know what? And this ain't being no pro Eddie Hearn shit or no shit. Like if Eddie Hearn in the right, I'll give him his credit. Anybody in the right, you gotta give them their credit, right? But they gonna have to give him some extra money in his own will. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Andy Ruiz, he not gonna make $9 million fighting nobody else without them belts. You just at some point, at some vantage point, you gotta start looking at shit. You gotta start looking at shit with facts. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you gotta say, you know what? Who else he gonna fight and make $9 million with without the belts? If he don't have the belts, is Wilder interested? Yeah, to a certain extent, but it's not as interesting to Wilder as Tyson Fury. Andy Ruiz without the belts. Jack, what's going on? Salute. Samuel, salute. Uh, um, so he gonna have to do what Eddie Hearn say. Yes, he gonna try to use his aggressiveness, but if Al can get him out that contract with a loophole, then he can do so. But he signed an agreement to a minimum of $9 million. If he want to fuck Eddie Hearn over, he just look at it two ways. And I said it before. He could look at it two ways. He could look at it as, even if I win, I'm still gonna lose a belt or two, because they don't recognize the WBO, and they can't order Usyk, and Al Haymon gonna try to push them to order Puev, so he going to lose a belt regardless. Or he could look at it like, I'm probably not gonna get $9 million even with one or two belts versus Deontay or Tyson Fury. So how we look at it, all right, just give me an extra. Real talk, I'll push for an extra 9 from the zone. And if they, if they don't, I push for 9 extra million, they give me 5, I take it. And I think I could beat, if I'm in Ruiz, I think I could beat AJ again. So I beat him again, and then I worry about the bullshit later, But he gonna have to take the fight, It's just what it is. Corey Lee said he ran through his money already, and it is what I mean. It's easy to manage money before you get it. It's different to manage once you get it. You get paid, you be like, all right, man, I'm gonna get some lunch real quick. Before you know it, you budget out your money and shit. You're like, damn, I did buy that, or I did buy that. I did think I was balling for lunch. So it's different. Money management is one of the true skills that you should have over a course of time. They got the Acorn app. You can hide money from you, the Nike shoebox. You can have your money deposited into a bank account or credit union interest account. You can go straight to Fidelity or whoever you want, JP Morgan, and invest your money and get you a private investor. Or a private accountant, and or a financial advisor, and invest your money into different places. A lot of things you can do. It's easier said than done. Once you actually start and see and reap the benefits of saving your money, and I'm one of the guys that's a shoebox guy, but also I don't put my eggs in one basket. So on hand, just in case some apocalyptic shit happen. Then you got other accounts you put it in, maybe a vacation fund, maybe an emergencies fund, and then also your job, you have those expendable expensive funds, still medical, I forget what they call them, IFA or some shit like that, non-tax money that, you put in an account that it goes on your medical expenses and medicines and stuff of that nature. So I'll answer the question, man. Give me a minute, Joseph. Salute. So he's just looking about that. But at the end of the day, if he signed for 9 and he and Eddie DM begging for the fight, it is what it is. Just, get you some accommodations in there. Make the zone pay you a couple more million. Set your price high so you can get what you want. And if they give you that high price that you want, then you take it. You know what I'm saying? He going to have to take the fight regardless. Ain't no two ways around it, man. And as much as I like to see Eddie Hearn squeal, Kofi, what's going on? As much as I want to see Eddie Hearn squeal, you know what I'm saying? As much as I want to see him just break down, but really, We should be pushing for Andy Ruiz to take this fight, just get what he wants, because at the end of the day, we want to see AJ done. You know, and Sky don't have nothing else outside of Anthony Joshua. They don't, because Dillian White, he's on. Oh, Eddie Hearn today said, and I ain't watched too many interviews today, man. So, part of my ignorance if some other things is going on. I ain't watched too many interviews today, but with Eddie Hearn, I read something that says he's saying that Dillian White should be fighting this year again. And I'm like, in what fucking universe? You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm a fighter, unless I'm outside the top 15, I'm not trying to fight Dillian White. I'm not trying to fight that cheater. I had to really be in the position to really need that money to fight him. And, like, Scott don't have nothing else besides him. They can sign Josh Taylor, and if he beat Regis, do Josh Taylor want to be a regional or just I just say regional United Kingdom champion, or does he want to be an international star? Uh, I don't know who Josh Kelly. I don't know who the fuck he with, but like I heard he already come to America and gets a sparring in with Adam Booth, which is real good. Anthony Yard, he with Frank Warren. Do you want to be a UK star? Do you want to be a regional star? You want to be an international star? You know, you want to make easy money, or you want to make whatever. I mean, it depends on what guys want to make. So I ain't knocking whatever people's ambition is. Everybody ambition ain't to be the best. Lather salute. If Eddie Hearn could find a ticket puller over there that want to be just a regional star from now on, shout out to them. But Andy Ruiz, long story short, he got to fight AJ. It just got to happen. It's $9 million that you ain't got. Okay, Al Heyman want to have you assert your power and assert your dominance over somewhat over negotiations. I feel it. Play pussy, get fucked. Don't play pussy, get some money out of him. And he said, well, he has to fight. At the end of the day, Andy Ruiz don't have to do nothing. Andy Ruiz, hold on, man. I don't know what's going on. 1 second. I don't know the shortage in my core. I know what's going on. Like, hold on real quick. Oh, shit. I got it on. There we go. Andy Ruiz ain't got to do shit. In the grand scheme of things, like if he happy with the money he getting, he can reinvest it and he reinvested into real estate, and he gonna get fruitful out of there. It's gonna become fruitful, and he got a promise to fight Wilder Ortiz, and he gonna make some money. He don't have to. Andy Ruiz can drop the belts and say, y'all still want to fight me now? He could. He could wait to get stripped. He could wait till the week of the fight and pull out. But then again, that's only if you feel like it was a fluke to begin with, and he knew it wasn't a fluke to begin with. He know he could beat Anthony Joshua again, and why not beat him again? No matter if it's in the United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia, the Bahamas, Florida, California, New York, Madison Square Garden, Barclays, don't matter. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's just time to cash in and beat that ass. And that's just what it boiled down to. Get the training. What they out? August, September, October, November. They're about 4 months out, 3.5 weeks out. Let's get the training. Get back to work. He enjoying the celebrity lifestyle too much. He's smiling too much. He's too happy in the rematch. He's getting too comfortable. It kind of gives you, for boxing historians, it kind of gives you a mind of Roberto Duran, where Ray Leonard wanted a immediate rematch because he knew Roberto Duran was celebrating, and he blew up in between fights, and he wanted to really catch him out his comfort zone before he blew up. He wanted a rematch before he really put that weight on and then got in the beast mode and stripped him. And really, Roberto Duran was celebrating his victory, jumped up 2 weight classes, beat up on Ray Leonard. To me, it was a close fight, and I watch it every now and again. Trick salute. But he, Roberto Duran, he took his eye off the prize. And for me, Andrew Ruiz could be taking his eye off his prize. And obviously, Anthony Joshua isn't no Ray Leonard. He don't even have that type of mentality. Ray Leonard was smiling, and Rick Mahorn says, I hated Isaiah Thomas before I got to. He just smiling, and he was seen as a pretty boy. But if anything, just get some history. Just when I finally watched, years ago, when I finally watched Duran and Ray Leonard, to me, it made me more of a fan of Ray Leonard. It sounds stupid, right? And loss, in today's age where loss means so much, it made me more of a fan of Ray Leonard because Ray Leonard, the silver lining, and I ain't with moral victories all the time, But the silver lining in Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran was that Ray Leonard proved that he can get his hands dirty. Ray Leonard made me like that was even him beating Rafael Benitez, him beating Tommy Hearns, which that was a great fight. But when he lost to Roberto Duran, that told me that Ray Leonard was like great, because Ray Leonard was seen as a pretty Windex, hands off, window phone, like an office type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Um, he was like an office type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like the office guys, briefcase, manicures, and don't get their hand dirty. He wasn't that mechanic. You know what I'm saying? Get his hands dirty, eat with oil on his hands. He was seen as a pretty boy. But when he fought Roberto Duran, and just my perspective, it just made me look at him like a blue collar mechanic. You know what I'm saying? It made you look at a nigga like, damn, like, Roberto Duran was a dog. But you know what? Ray Leonard didn't back down. You know what I'm saying? Ray Leonard fought him in the trenches. Ray Leonard really fought Roberto Duran. That was more of a street fight. And it had boxing. But it was more of a street fight, if anything. I didn't think it was a wide decision, but I thought Duran won. But it made you look at him different. You're like, damn, man, Ray ain't no hoe. Ray ain't as pretty as he seemed. Ray can get dirty. And you appreciated that. I appreciated that fight more than the rematch. Even though for him, he won the rematch with just moving and frustrating Duran, and people forget Duran really quit, and he lied and said he didn't say no mas. I believe he said no mas, but you just look at the original fight, and you like that first fight, it's like Ray Leonard was a dog. You know what I'm saying? Ray Leonard was a dog. And if you haven't seen that fight, go look it up, man. Duran Leonard won. It made me like a huge. It made me look at him completely different, and it was a loss. And it didn't take shit away from his career. He cried and pouted, and he put the little towel over him, and he was sad, but he got over it. He beat Duran, went on to beat Tommy Hearns, and had a fabulous career, man. You know, had a fabulous career. Yeah. Eternal Heat Saga 1. He fought Duran fight from Route 1. From the fight round 1, but he showed that he could fight that fight. Darcy said Eddie took that fight to a country where he can control the testing, because there ain't gonna be no Vada ain't welcome. He probably did. And Dillian White, he doing what he want to do. He did that. Whatever he took, somebody on the sub say it's out your system in 24, 36, 48 hours, and so be it. Andy Ruiz can fight it being in that country, because that country is a security 2 risk. It's only 4 levels of security throughout the world, and he can just cite it's not safe enough if you don't want to go there. But it's sad, man. Because AJ gonna hold training camp there. It's funny you say that. AJ gonna hold training camp there. So with AJ holding training camp there, he probably will be gaining a competitive advantage. He probably is gonna take what he been taking before. So. He probably gonna come out there looking fantastic, like with Mario, get that star on him, and everything he touched just bloop 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 bloop. So he probably is gonna do that. And unfortunately, that's the hand he dealt. I knew when Memo Hernandez came out and said that they wasn't, they reached out to them about Ismail Salas training him, and they wanted Memo Hernandez to be the strength and conditioning coach. And Memo Hernandez, he got a history with PEDs, like almost the majority of kind of those strength and conditioning coaches that fall under there, Victor Conti, Alex Ariza. He has a PED history, and it's funny that AJ wanted him to be the head of his strength and conditioning. A guy that's built like a Mack truck, a guy that's muscular, a guy that got traps and the delts, and he's just so muscular. It's funny that he reached out to a former performance-enhancing drug guy to come train with him, but people could say the same thing about Floyd reaching out to Alex Ariza. People could say the same thing about Pacquiao, Alex Ariza, Justin Fortune. He got caught. Same thing people could say about David Benavidez reaching out to Alex Ariza, and it being the first fight. He got tired. The second fight with Ronald Garville, he looked like Mario with the star on him. So you could say that about a ton of different guys in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? And And the telling thing about him reaching out to them is that he wanted them to move to the UK for like 4, 5, or 6 months and be his coach and being a strength and conditioning coach. And Ishmael Salas say, according to Hernandez, he didn't want to move out there. He wanted AJ to come to Vegas. When AJ refrained from coming to the United States, then right then and there, I know he didn't want to fight in the United States. I knew that. I knew he didn't want to fight in the U.S. when he did that. So when he didn't want to come train here, he just full of shit. And people like that get what they deserve. If he wanna roar it up and he wanna hold camp in Saudi Arabia so he can take what he wanna take, well, in the grand scheme of things, he'll get his. He'll get his. Sugar got on from the jump. As for the flaker fight, so Sugar didn't win. His third part would have cost some seats in the fight. He encountered a fighter like Duran while, recalibrated his whole hand, foot movement win against boxer with street fight approach. Yeah. But, other than that, looking at AJ, he need every advantage he can get for somebody to be so big and strong. He got the abs, and Andy Ruiz got the dad body. And for Ruiz, me personally, if they can't control or regulate the drug testing, I would ask for it to be moved. Just looking at it, if that's true about the regulation of drug testing, maybe it's better for him to go to the UK. UCAD, be busting people, but for Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn probably pay that bag for UCAD to go away for AJ. So he probably pay that bag. But for Andy Ruiz, it is what it is, man. You get $9 million, maybe you can get 15, 18 million out of them, and you see if you can reduplicate what you did, because at the end of the day, all the drugs he can take in the world, it can't strengthen that chin. All the drugs in the world, it can give him stamina, it can give him some other things. They can't give him head speed, it can't give him IQ, it can't teach him how to box, it can't teach him how to use lateral movement, So it's a fun, he dealt the hand that he dealt. I can't knock it. Get as much money as you can and see if you can duplicate what you did. But it's funny. He come to the United States and get knocked out. No, UK don't F with the scheme of that. That's why he moved it off the UK. Well, maybe he should just go to the UK and just say, okay, I go to Wales. Say I go to Wales. But Saudi Arabia, girls got to be covered up. So I don't know if they're gonna have ring card girls, and it will be alcohol at the stadium. The stadium is in 1,000. What is it? 1,000-seat stadium. I think they said it's new. Let me see. Give me a minute. I'm gonna see the tweet what they said of that. Yeah, it said a venue for Andy Ruiz AJ rematch will be a new open air stadium. Event plans are for 12,000 capacity. Main event will be 9 p.m. 9:30 UK time. Start time. Press tour first week of September with both fighters in Saudi Arabia, London, and New York. They ain't got to bring it back to New York. You doing an international fight, but they going from a 20,000 seat stadium to a 12,000 seat stadium. But obviously the money is going to be different because this being fronted from the government. And Eddie Hearn also, I seen a clip of him saying they also got more lucrative offers from other countries or from other venues. So, and if it's 9:30 UK time, what's that? That's 3:30 in the morning our time. So this fight gonna be on 3:30 in the morning. So if I'm up, I doubt it. When is this? December 7th. So it'd be maybe that's the 8th our time. I think that's the 8th, depending on what time. Yeah, that's the 8th. So the zone is people. No, people already don't care about AJ. So the zone not gonna get no money from this market for that fight. Ain't nobody subbing to a fight to watch 3:30 in the morning on a Sunday morning. People going to church. People people going Christmas shopping. People got recitals. People got basketball games. This is gonna be probably tournament holiday games on. You got football games that kind of go on in the month of December, both college and NFL. So really, American time. That's a terrible time to do that fight. The zone in America, I don't even know how they holding up. I guess because they got other markets, Canada. They got the NFL Canada on the zone, and they in other markets and shit. And what people don't know is the zone actually partnered with Al Heyman in other markets. Al Heyman has PBC on his own platform. It's just in other countries. I can't give you. I think it may be Sweden and Germany. Don't quote me on that. So Al Heyman already does business with his own in other markets to bring PBC on there. But the problem is Al Heyman not gonna bring PBC on his own because they're a direct competitor in America. But in other markets, he has PBC on his own. I think maybe Germany, Sweden, and stuff like that. They have the zone in other markets. So that's something a lot of people don't know. And that's why I say when people say Al Heyman is pro-black, like I said, I don't know his views because he don't talk, but his moves tell me he pro-green. He do anything for that money. You know what I'm saying? He do anything for that money. And that's why I be trying to tell people, man. I was talking to Classic Sports TV behind the scenes yesterday, and I was, I don't even want to talk about this shit we had because niggas, oh, you hater, and like, just a conversation we had, and I was trying to put him hip to some shit, man, and like Al Heyman, everything he do is off the dollar, and at the end of the day, that has its detriments to it, and that has his positives to it, but once money is the big motivator, you know, other things get left behind. If you smell me, you know what I'm saying. But let me go through these comments. That's gonna be Darcy say that's gonna be man only in the stands laugh on. Probably is. AJ want that. Hey, that's gonna get AJ more power, more men. Oh, ain't no women here. It's a sausage fest. This my type of party, Eddie. This my type of party. It's a sausage fest. Yeah, get these women up out of here. I want all oily man in here. Tell every man to have their shirt off in the stands. Odell might pop up in that bitch. Odell Beckham might walk AJ to the ring. 12,000 seats of sausage and shit. No pussy running around. Eddie Hearn said, what's good? He said, do you think Eddie is bullying Ruiz into this? He can't. Eddie Ruiz ain't got to do shit. Andy Ruiz can wait till the week of the fight. He can not show up for the promotion. And he ain't going to bully Al Heyman. Al Heyman got a plan. It might eventually be bullying Andy Ruiz into this, but eventually Al Heyman to get his comeuppance. He might have Andrew Ruiz. He might have a doctor say Andrew Ruiz sprained his ankle and pull out the week of the fight. Then Eddie Hearn got to give all that $40 million back to Saudi Arabia. He gonna take that Benz back. He gonna have to take his wife her new truck back, her new house back. Eddie Hearn gonna be in it for the $40 million because he gonna dispense that $40 million in his account. Trust me, he gonna buy some shit up thinking the fight gonna happen, and now Eddie Hearn got to pay back all that money that he got. Andy Ruiz, Al Heyman can fuck him, but Andy Ruiz need that $40 million. AJ Bills don't define his skills. Eternal Saga once say, in my humble opinion, he took a step aside money to bank 3 times much in the first and second, possibly third, to save face in the sport. That's watered down to business, not boxing. Beast Team Inc. Joe, I think the AJ will bounce back, and AJ can't handle a long layoff. The Beast AJ will be back. We'll see. I can't dispute that he will and won't be back. I just know he got a lot of skill things to pick up on to beat Andrew Ruiz because he won't ever have the faster hands. You know what I'm saying? He practicing going backwards when he should be practicing going forward and laterally before you going straight back. So it's a lot of skill things that he got to pick on. But also you got to look at Andrew Ruiz. Is the beast gone? Is the hunger gone to Andrew Ruiz? Because we see a lot of boxers, they get that money. They don't get the fanfare recognition that Andy Ruiz got. Ronaldo salute. They don't get that recognition that Andy Ruiz got for beating AJ, but they get that money in their pocket and they not hungry no more. And I can name a few fighters that's gonna piss niggas off, but I'm not even in the mood today. Once these dudes get their real first payday, they start moving like businessmen, especially the guys that's aligned with Al Heyman. Once they start getting that money where they become multi-millionaires for sure, like at the end of the day, I got $5 million in the bank, or I got $3 million in the bank. When they become a comfortable multi-millionaire, they start moving different because they know for an easy fight, I'm still gonna bank 2, 3, 4, and sometimes $4.5, $5 million in the bank. I thought the UK was ahead of us, CJ. So, wouldn't that fight in the US time not be early morning? No, are we 5? Yeah, you're right. My bad. I'm fucking tripping. I'm thinking 5 hours. I'm thinking UK American time. Yeah, so that's 4. That's 4 our time. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I'm thinking the other way around. So yeah, that's 5 p.m. That's 5:30, right? Is that 5:30? Yes, 5:30 our time. My bad. So that's a midday fight. So that worked for them. But midday fights don't do good in the United States neither. Remember, Earl Spence and Kell Brook only did around 500,000. AJ fights did poor on Showtime, and that was Showtime. So it ain't gonna make a difference. You know, people Christmas shopping once again. You got college football games on there, even though I think it taper off then. That's the beginning of the bowl games. You got college basketball. You got NFL games that's going Saturday. It's just a terrible time to be. The Zone is just a terrible platform to be launching off of. It ain't that I'm hoping for them to fail. It's just a terrible platform. AJ can't stop getting hit by that left hook. Like, how is he going to win? If he win, man, I don't fucking know. I had to go back and actually look at the fight. I never looked at the fight to break it down. Dr. Blick told me to hop on that they was exchanging knockdowns. I wasn't watching. I came back and I never really analyzed the fight, to be honest. So I got a long list of fights. When I get some time, I have to go back and look at. Harrison Charlo was one of them. I still ain't re-looked at that. Courtney, what's going on, Courtney Richardson? The real ghost, they smash that like button. People was free. Be a bunch of fanboys watching in the background just to make sure nothing bad said about their favorite fighter. Shout out GT Entertainment. Say the subscription is how they holding up. It's a monthly payment. But how many subscribers do they got for a monthly payment to pay Canelo $60 million a year? How many subs you got to have that's recurring a month? That's a question. Because to me, like, if you had 1 million subs at 20 million for $20 and they don't, that's 20 million, right? So you at least have to have 1 million subs. That's subs for the whole 12 months. You know what I'm saying? So that's like $160 million or some shit like that they'd have to rack in. And still, Canelo eating up 60 million of that 160. You feel what I'm saying? Canelo eating up 60 of that. I'm just guesstimating, man. And then Golovkin is getting what? A 40. So that's 100 million ate up between Golovkin and Canelo a year. That's not even factoring in Andrade making 4, Danny making 4, Tevin making a half. I think half to 1 million. So right there, that's 116. That's about $120 million. And I don't even get to the Lamont Roaches or the Ryan Garcias or whoever else they got going on. They roster just to turn a profit, just going off their fight by fight roster, not including whatever Bellator bringing in. I don't know what they're doing over there, and whatever it is, they roster got about 100. Just a top roster. I ain't even talking about the little bullshit fights they doing like Virgil Ortiz. I'm not saying that's bullshit. He's just a prospect. Shine, what's going on? They roster. I'm gonna say with 1 million subscribers, they banking about $160 million in. Let me be correct. And I don't even want to get into the financials, but it's interesting. You know what I'm saying? So 20 a month. You go 12 months. Okay. So, you know, that shit crazy. Let me see if I got that right. So 12 months, $20 a month. Cause I don't want to say no bullshit, make me look stupid out here. Times 20. So that's 240 a month. Hold on. So they gotta bring in what I say. 1 million subscribers. Sorry. 1 million times 1 million times 20 a month. So that's 1 million times 12. So they got shit. So that'll get them, if 1 million subscribers, that'll break in 240 million a year if they can get 1 million subscribers. And half their payroll, roughly half their payroll will go to there. So that's a good flip if they can get 1 million subscribers. That's a hell of a flip. If they can get 1 million subscribers for $20 a month, that's a hell of a flip. If you got a guesstimation, Showtime has around 16 to 20 million subscribers. HBO has almost 33, or at one point last year, it was 33 million subscribers. So HBO is close to what, $15, $18 a month. Showtime depends. Amazon 8 to 12, maybe 13, 14, $15 a month. So that's a good payroll. if they can rack in 1 million subscribers, if they can get to 33 million subscribers, then they good. But I don't know what they at now, and that has to be recurring. Okay, that's recurring. Then if you do it by the year, it's $100 a year. So you have to recur. You have to retain 1 million subscribers a month, and usually people buy for Canelo and fall off. So it's retention as well too. So what is their retention rate? Is the question. But it's a good flip for $20 if you can retain 1 million subscribers a month. That's $240 million. Your payroll, even if your payroll 160, and it ain't, is their payroll about one? I say it's about one, maybe 120, 130, depending. I don't really know, but that's not bad if they can do 1 million. But you got to have people recurring. See, usually you sign up for Showtime, they give you deals. You say like or HBO, all right, for 6 months you get HBO free. But after that, then it's $15 a month, or then it's $20 a month. You forget, and before you actually look at your bill, you like, damn, I've been paying $20 a month for HBO and I didn't even know it. That's how they get you. How much do you think Ruiz should make for from the fight? 9 million isn't enough. If they got a $40 million pot, which Eddie Hearn gonna take his 10 off top, or 5 or 10 off top. AJ probably gonna get 10 of that, 15 of that. Plus Sky gonna pay him money. The Zone gonna pay him money. So AJ probably make 25, 30 all together from Sky and all that. Eddie Hearn gonna get his cut out of AJ. He's his manager and promoter. So Eddie Hearn will get 30% of the 30 that he getting. So that's 9 million going in Eddie Hearn pocket, I believe. So Eddie Hearn already making more than AJ and Ruiz. So if AJ with all his internet and all the money around getting 30, let's just say, I think Ruiz deserved to make at least 20, 15 to 20. But he signed up for 9, so I don't know. He said Black Friday too. Yeah, Black Friday before that. That's like the 26th or some shit like that. But yeah, Christmas deals around that time. People was talking about how skilled AJ was before the Ruiz beat him. Now I hear silence. I never thought he was skilled. Bobby Smitty, salute. Hey, when Tony fight? I don't know. I know I'll get to that in a minute. Appreciate others for doing the math. Showtime and HBO have hit shows, not just sports. True. That's a great point. They have hit shows. He exactly right. GT. Oh, who's that? Tornadoes. I gotta say your name, bro. GT say when you have investors, they are looking for returns on their investment. So when you have someone put up 1 million, if that person gets back 300,000 of their investment, it's profitable. Yeah. And most companies like this, like Netflix, started in the red. The Zone is about to bring in some form of big money via advertising. Yeah, that's true. Don't know. Subs are aware of how they will respond. Subs alone won't cut it though. Yeah, they bringing in. I forgot. I read the article like last year. Eli was going on. No Ali Act in the UK. Yeah, no Ali Act. Yeah. So he right. They're bringing an advertiser. I had the list. I forget who it was. It's some German company. So it ain't my business. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how long they last. But usually when you got a company like that, they got other companies that can pick up the slack. It's like you owning a security company. You might have 8 sites and this new site you open may not, they may not start paying you, but you got other sites, other money coming in. You can pay the employees there until the money start racking in. Eternal is a great move for the sports entertainment. Unsuck hero story. Make history from champ regain the eye of the tiger. The fans and commentators hype up prediction. Wait and see the saga revival of my job. Like, it don't even matter to me. If he fight Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder, he get knocked out. And I always thought that. I thought Tyson Fury was an absolute nightmare for him, style wise. And Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury will ruin him mentally. Deontay Wilder will just. But people, even if AJ come out and just win easy, people gonna say, "Oh, it was a Dillian White thing. Oh, AJ was juicing." Watch, all the AJ haters or people, or the conspiracy brothers, Flame on 24, they gonna say he was juicing. They gonna ask for the VADA drug testing, and why ain't the VADA testing been agreed to? Usually Eddie said he want 5 months out. We in August, September, October, November. They say, yeah, we about 5 months out. You need to salute. So You know, it is what it is. It ain't my concern. I'm not gonna front like I was a big Andy Ruiz fan before this. I was just a fan. I wasn't a fan of the fight. I wasn't watching that shit until Dr. Blick called me and was like, "Hey man, you gotta see this shit." I wasn't watching that shit. Oh, I was watching some other shit. I don't can't remember what I was watching, but I turned it on, and you know, it was a treat. You know, but I didn't think Andy Ruiz really had a chance. I thought they handpicked him because they could have fought Michael Hunter, and they didn't want to fight Michael Hunter. Andy Ruiz, he just fought like a month and a half ago or some shit before that fight, and power to him, man. Like I said before, he said he was ready to quit boxing before he bought himself out his top ranked contract. And look, before he quit, he became a champion. So if he would have quit, then what? But shout out to him, man. You know, he deserved to call be a shot caller. I felt he beat Joseph Parker a few years ago now. I woke up in the morning and watched that fight. It was in New Zealand, so I thought he won. You know, Joseph Parker, he been getting gifts his whole fucking career. He got a gift before that fight versus Carlos Takam. A lot of people thought he got a gift. So I be watching boxing. I used to watch international boxing a lot. Um, you know, the Tanakas and the Sor Rivastans and the Chocolitos of the world. And even Zeus Shimon fights when Pacquiao was fighting on, they was fighting on the same card. I watch a fair amount of boxing that I don't even talk about, to be honest. I try to talk about everything. I watch the Australian fighters from time to time. And, I used to watch a ton more boxing than I do now. If it was a fight on, I was pretty much fucking watching. Uh, he said, Deshaun Johnson say, how do you think Ruiz would do Ortiz, Usyk, and King? Which Ortiz? Because you said Ortiz and King Kong. He said Ortiz, Usyk, and King Kong. I, I think he beat Luis Ortiz. At least the versions I seen of him. I'd see him look like Wilder, but he can compete. Ortiz not that good. You know what I'm saying? If you set the pace on Ortiz, you can beat him. Usyk, I think that's a pick 'em fight. Until I see what Usyk look like versus Carlos Takam, but I've seen him as a heavyweight. A lot of movement. I think the movement may bother Andy Ruiz a little bit, but Ruiz is a counter puncher. Ruiz showing to punch with you. If Ruiz can deal with Usyk movement, it'd be an interesting fight. Because Andy Ruiz is one of the few heavyweights that can deal with his hand movement. You know what I'm saying? He one of the few heavyweights that go to the body. I think that's a top fight in the division I would like to see. But Ortiz, I think he'd do. I think he could beat. Ortiz just like he just too patient. Only Cuban fighter that really wasn't patient like that I could think of was Gamboa and maybe Casamar, but the rest of them motherfuckers is just like patient to a fault. They real patient, man. They 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and it's a crime if you a Cuban fighter to throw 6, 7, 5, 6, 7 in a combination. They real defensive, and they just real stuck in their ways. Is Demetrius Andrade the boogeyman in the middleweight division? No, he just keep making but no, he just keep making dumb fucking decisions. You know, but he happy, he getting money. Hopefully, he deal with the case he dealing with the gun. Rich Charles was going on. Maybe but I don't know. I wouldn't. I was. I don't know who the boogeyman in that division. I would probably say it's him or Jermell Charlo. For some reason, people just don't want to fight him. You know, how can you be the book? How can somebody be the boogeyman to you when Triple G turned down the Eliminator? Canelo lost his belt to him, so I would say Jermell Charlo just off the top guys not want to fight him. But personally, I think Demetrius Andrade is just talent for talent, the most talented fighter in the division. And there's still a chance that he could fight Canelo Alvarez in October. They got the T-Mobile Arena reserved for October. And if they, I say what up to Flame On, so Flame On 24, they have it reserved in October. So if they don't want it, it's going to have to pay a fee for holding it. So it's a chance that Andrade and Canelo still going to fight. That's contingent on Kovalev winning and them coming to an agreement. I've heard that behind the scenes a lot. So that day, Golden Boy has the T-Mobile on reserve. They don't have any other fighter that can pull the T-Mobile in October. So T-Mobile is bigger than MGM Grand Garden. So yeah, what do you think of Edwin Valero career overall? He's a crazy motherfucker, but he beat up. I watched him beat up Antonio DeMarco. I think he knocked out Oscar De La Hoya sparring or some shit like that. I think Mikey sparred him. Real tough puncher. like Evan Valero. He was just obviously he had one of those Chris Benoit stories. Everybody ducking him. Well, I don't think everybody ducking him. You know, Golovkin ducked him, and you can say Canelo ducked him, but it's a difference. Canelo lost his belt to Jermell Charlo because he didn't want to fight him. Golovkin lost his belt, and then he got ordered to fight Jermell. He didn't want to fight him. So they both in the same boat. But when you lose your belt to a guy, I think it's I think it's different. But he up there, you know what I'm saying? But you don't know what Demetrius Andrade really got because he never been tested. You know, Willie Nelson was an okay fight. Vanez was an okay fight. Jack Cloud was an okay fight. And Jack Cloud gave a lot of guys problems. I think because he's so low to the ground. So I wouldn't read too much in that joke. Jack Cloud tough cookie, but Demetrius Andrade is the most talented fighter in the division, in my opinion, just from a skill. But you don't know about his intangibles. You don't know about his heart. You don't know if he got that dog in him because he just never been forced to show that. You seen Danny Jacobs' goofy self post his Chavez asking, "Do y'all want to see?" Man, like he dead to me, Angel. He dead. Like I've been done with him, man. He said, "Yeah, I want to move up to 68 and then come back and fight Jermall Charlo." Like when everybody was saying that he was ducking Jermall Charlo, that Jermall Charlo was ducking him. But if you listen to the conversation, that's all you need to listen to. Joe Kokai is a good bum. I wouldn't call him a bum. You know what I'm saying? A bum is a guy that get blew out versus top opposition, like just completely can't compete. He arguably could have beat Demetrius Andrade in that fight if they wanted to give him some home cooking. He competed versus Derevchenko. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he world champion class fighter, but I see him give a lot of guys tough fights. A bum is like just going out there getting iced every time. Kind of. I don't want to call this guy a bum, but like Fernando Guerrero. Every time he fought somebody of decent caliber, this nigga was always getting knocked out. So it's a lot of guys I call a bum before Jack Cloud. I got respect for a guy that's as tough as him. How do you think he did against the Grace Valero? Hard to tell. He just beat the shit out of Antonio DeMarco. I think that's his most prominent fight. Tough to say. He never really got a chance to be world class. Now, had him and Broner would have fought, that would have been a good fight at 135. He probably would have. He probably would have knocked Adrian Broner ass out though. That nigga was vicious. Like I said, it was rumored that he knocked Homeboy out. What's that nigga name? He knocked fucking Oscar De La Hoya out. Subscribers no different than records need to be sold. They will buy out 1 million plus to take and keep up the customer events to keep buying a product or deals. You got on the line to stay relevant in the market's eternal say. Samuel, what's going on? Look, Samuel, man, this nigga John Black Johnny trying to steal your name, man. Samuel S. Do you think has the most awkward style of boxing? Uh, Probably was it Isaac Chilumba? To me, he got the most awkward style. Saki Bika, if he's still around. Um, I could be missing a few guys, but was it Isaac Chilumba who fought Kovalev before he fought Ward? That motherfucker is awkward. Who gave Demetrius Bivol a little bit of problems at 8? I think it was in Atlantic City. He had an awkward style. Just trying to think. Uh, Javier Fortuna, he got an awkward style. The guy Memphis just beat, Jisrael Corrales, he another awkward fighter. Yeah, that motherfuckers awkward. They tough to fight. You think Zab beats AB right now? Nah, not after that brain injury he suffered. Danny Jacobs had his opportunity to take Canelo out and fail. He didn't even fucking try, bro. He didn't talk no shit leading up to that fight either. That's when I knew he was a bitch. When it came to fight Canelo. Hate to use those words, but he bitched out. If AJ wins, do you think Wilder will take the fight? You think AJ will take? You think Wilder will take the fight? Yeah, he'll take the fight. Like you think AJ will take the fight? That's who won't take the fight. Maybe Wilder would. I don't know. Jacobs was so scared versus Canelo. That shit was pathetic, man. He fought scary as hell. Let me see. If Andrade is willing to fight Charlo, will he prove himself? If he beats him and both twins end up with the L for the first time. If Andrade is willing to fight Charlo, will he prove himself? If he beats him and both, one of them twins got to move up. So all people gonna say is who did the Charlos beat? It'll be a big fight. I think that'll be to me. I think everybody loved Charlo. I'm in love Demetrius Andrade. He beat up both the Charlos. Jacob was so scared versus Canelo. That shit was pathetic. Danny Jacobs get cut over by Murata, especially if it's in Japan. Boo Boo got skills. He can move. Yeah, I agree. Deshaun, who is currently the dirtiest fighter in boxing in the past, who was present? I don't know. Was it a homeboy that kept Lobo and fucking Riddick Bowe? What's that motherfucker? Galata, and the Pat now. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Maybe Javier Fortuna. I want to say I don't know. Now I don't really know, but Galata is one out to come off side. Danny fought African style stopping. So they put Harrison and Charlo 2 on the heart. No, that's not a co-main. That's not a co-feature. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. I'm not fighting on nobody undercard. No championship fight. No, I wouldn't do that shit. Like PBC ain't stacked the card all year. The most stacked card they had was Thurman and Pacquiao. Abner low blow. You talking about Becco? Yeah, I wouldn't say he dirty for that. I think that was just a mistake. He gave him a rematch. Joseph Abeko, he gave him I think Roger Mayweather was in his corner for the rematch. Maybe that was another fight. I watched Abeko, so I know I wouldn't say that at all. Cody Wall salute. No, I hated Mares a long time for all them low blows, but once he gave Abeko a rematch and didn't really low blow him in a rematch, I got over it. Zatumbo, yeah, I don't even like Abner Mares never had that problem again. I just really think he was just off target that night. Who do you think's Tuck's chance the best? B-Hop, Floyd, Cornell. It's a lot of different guys. That's an awkward question. MJC, what's going on? Canelo, Ho, in my opinion, not elite level. Black fighters are able to fully recover from popping dirty. Privileges for everyone. Isn't for everyone. No, it's not for everyone. Nope, I agree. People just forgot that, but he ain't the only guy. Erik Morales popped dirty. There's another Mexican guy, Luis Neri. People forgave him. It's another guy that popped dirty too. I can't remember. It's another one. Spence low key be throwing low blows. But everybody can say that about body punching fighters. Danny Garcia throws some. I don't think they're intentional. You know, I don't think they're intentional. I don't. I don't think they're intentional. People say, "Oh, he throw low blows. He throw low," but it's not intentional when you go to the body. Sometimes, Gallardo was an intentional motherfucker. If Loma washes Luke, you think Tank will find an excuse not to fight? Tank ain't fighting him no way. Flamo say he threw a lot of low blows on Kell Brook. That's why Brook dropped his hands and Campo ended up with a low blow before that body shot. I remember that Campo one. Love Rico, but that nigga be hitting like crazy. Yeah, he did. Donaire did to him. He held him and hit him with a left hook. That's how he dropped him at Radio City Music Hall. Danny Jacobs get KO'd by Lantes Fox. I ain't seen Lantes Fox fight before then. His brother is the welterweight. He's a tall welterweight too. The Ruiz kid with KO Joshua again, Joe Anderson. Salute. What's going on? Possibly. Bob said I think Tank's scariest at 130. I want to see Gary Russell and Loma rematch. I think Tank could be dangerous at 35 because he'll be able to be comfortable. Jacobs get KO'd by Nui while y'all fooling. Is it me or Tank kind of punch drunk already? Maybe that's the way he talks. Shit, I don't know. He ain't fought long enough to be punch drunk yet, unless he's just getting beat in the head and sparring. That might be intentional, excuse me. But Spence put Ocampo's nuts in his chest. Could be. Every great body puncher probably did some low blows. You play GTA San Andreas? I used to. I got the new one and the one before that. Was it 5 and 4? Is it? I got both. I bought four thinking I bought five. Got home, it was had the Russian dude on the front. I'm like, what the fuck? If you watch that Brook fight, Spence hit Kell Brook like for 50 low blows. I have to go back and watch that. But let's talk about Tony Harrison. I see Tony Harrison and he got the boot off. For those who haven't seen, he got the boot off. So I think that's a positive. Yep. He been doing some pad work with the young guys. He did an interview I posted in the community tab a couple weeks ago. It shouldn't be far. I don't post too much in the community tab. So I mean, he looked good to go. I don't know if he just rehabbing the foot. Um, I know I just see him doing some pad work and as far as with the young fighters and um, so I just need I think it's probably still gonna be on Fox. So I don't know if he's gonna try to finesse his way out the fight. I'm not saying that's in his character, but he need to tune up or he gonna go right back into the fight with Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo was at the Pacquiao fight. He said he didn't heard nothing. That was a few weeks ago. I see Tony got the boot off. Um, so it should be one of the fights lined up for uh, the last quarter of the year. He look on point. He don't look Tony don't look heavy. Jermell don't look heavy. If his leg is doing pretty, his foot is doing pretty good, or ankle, whatever it was. I believe that really in the shape that he looking. In actuality, they could fight as early as October. But October is filled with a lot of fights. I mean, from AB and Lubin doing a card, from Clarissa Shields fighting October 5th. I might go up there to Flint. Um, um, you got Berturbia Gosvic fighting on some card in October. You got Canelo and Oscar De La Hoya. They got the T-Mobile Arena book for October. And those are just the fights I know about that I'm thinking about. So October is filled. The 5th, whenever they choose to do Broner, that's 2 weekends. Canelo could take another weekend. And Gosvic Berturbia could take. So they got enough fights to accommodate every weekend in October. And so it ain't like it's foreign to have multiple fights on the same day. So the 5th is a Saturday. Carisha, let's say Broner take the 12th, Berturbia Gosvic take the 19th, and Canelo take the 26th. And don't forget the NBA start like on October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. So then you have football on Sunday and Saturday. So yeah, it's real scarce. The dates are real scarce in October, but the shape that both of them look in, it seems that both of them could fight as soon as October. But I'm probably looking at November. Um, Ideally, they want to fight before when is Thanksgiving? The last fucking Thursday or the third Thursday of the month. Ideally, they want to fight before Thanksgiving. So you're looking at maybe the 9th, the 16th, or something like that. So they both look in pretty good shape. So don't look like Tony Harrison had the boot on and he was just eating and overindulging. So it looked like he ready to go hit camp, get in shape, drop some weight, a little bit of weight. He ain't heavy at all. Charlo drop a little bit of weight. It should be on his own card in my opinion. Um, it should be on his own card. You know, PBC ain't been loading up the cards at all. You ain't seen like a Tank Broner, uh, Charlo, Heather Hardy, uh, Fabian Madonna type of card. Rasheed Warren was on the card I went to. You haven't seen those stacked cards because they have 3 platforms to take fights on. Now, they got FS1, they got Fox, and they got Showtime now. So they got 3 platforms to do fights on. So they don't have to sit there and put 5 or 6 fucking fights, or 3 or 4 named fighters on the same fight card. So you won't be they won't stack that card unless they just don't have the fight dates. You know what I'm saying? Unless they just don't have the fight dates. But they do. Fox Sports 1, and they got Showtime. So they obviously have the fight dates to accommodate. So that is what it is. You think Shane would got Chico Corrales? Yeah, I think he would have got him. Corrales is a good fighter though. Jacobs at 135. Jacobs get KO'd by Cleveland Driver. If Chavez beat Jacobs, that should be funny. Chavez Jr. Canelo 2 coming straight at you. Let me see. Jacobs got get KO by Fernando Guerrero. You was fucking tripping. Is that dude still around? You think Harrison an underdog? Yeah, he the underdog. Everybody felt like he didn't win. Yeah, he the underdog. Hell yeah, he the fucking underdog. There's no doubt about that shit. The commentators made everybody believe he lost. Gary Russell's get washed and Lomachenko gets washed by Tank. Farmer the paper champ gets stretched early. Broner ain't taking no fight. He in these streets complete bullshit, nigga. He gonna fight and get that money. Ain't like Broshny no crazy hard fight neither. He really want to go out his career with 2 L's in a draw. With Bradley beat Earl Spence, nah, not coming out of retirement, and not in 2016 either. Barashnik beat, I mean not Barashnik, but Provodnikov beat the hell out of that nigga, man. That was the end of Tim Bradley right there in his prime, you know. But at his best, as a welterweight, no, that's a tough fight. You know, Tim Bradley is a good fighter. He fought at 152 in amateurs too. It'll be a good fight. And 2016, I really just can't think of Arrow then, but big, strong welterweight. You know, Bradley coming off a loss to Pacquiao, and providing a coffin in, not at the time. I don't think it would be easy for Errol Spence because Errol Spence ain't fought nobody as good as Tim Bradley right now. You know, maybe that Tim Bradley, he was a little bit shock worn, in my opinion. But he ain't fought nobody on Tim Bradley level yet. Kell Brook couldn't fuck with Tim Bradley, not at all. I felt that Tim Bradley would beat Kell Brook every day, all day, 7 days a week, twice on Sunday. Um, Lamar Peterson, he already had dropped and beat Lamar Peterson. I think he gave Lamar Peterson his first L. That was on Showtime. Just trying to go through. Algieri can't beat Tim Bradley. Who else he didn't fought? Mikey Garcia couldn't beat him. Not at 140 or 142. Not that version of 147 of him. Um, so, nah. Nope. He said Yahoo Sports reports Dak on 40 million a year. That shit crazy. I mean, shit, get your money. They ain't say no shit like that, dog. Hold on, they ain't say no shit like that, dog. Hold on, that I ain't mad at a black man trying to get his money out of Jerry. He say, "Damn, you ain't lying." He did say that shit. You know, shit. When Jerry say stand and you assassinate your character with the black community, and they draw and get out they draw and get out pictures of you on the wall. Yeah. Bruno ain't taking no fights. He in these streets with Tim. Oh, I answered that one. Mr. JC said Charlo don't even know why he lost. Harrison has superb footwork. Shout out to Emmanuel Stewart. If Charlo don't get out of there, he toes one trick pony. Yeah, under Derrick James he is. What's your favorite KO of all time? Probably the Martinez over Paul Williams. I was watching that shit live. That shit was crazy. That motherfucker. I'm like, damn. I was a big Paul Williams fan, but Martinez made me a fan. And like Vincent Ochoa, he have to go. Appreciate it, family. Appreciate it. Who Jermell Charlo fight? He gonna have to Jermell. Shit, I don't know. He fought once this year, so he got one more. He should have one more fight coming up. Shit, who knows? We gotta look at the rankings. Pull up the rankings. His number one WBC is they still got Canelo as the champion still. Ain't that a bitch? He ain't even a champion no more. They be killing me with that shit. Gennady Golovkin is number one. Danny Jacobs number two. Camille Zermatt is number three. Derevchenko 4. Stephen Butler out of Canada is 5. Escavia Falcao 6. So it could be Liam Williams. It could be Camille Zermatt. Could be Stephen Butler. Stephen Butler's solid though, man. He's solid. Margarita versus Madonna. Oh, that's a war. The Madonna that was with Robert Garcia. I'll take him. Bradley fought a dumb fight against Provodnikov. Yeah, he wasn't listening to Joel no more. When is Charlo Harris rematch? We don't know. I know Harrison is out the boot. Ball headed Bradley don't need to fight. He's man, smart investments in Palm Springs. We talking about wheelchair Bradley? That's what we called him. That nigga, he beat Pacquiao. They had that nigga in a wheelchair. That nigga like he lost. That nigga beat Pacquiao. And they pushed that nigga out with a wheelchair, bro. I'll never forget that shit. We was calling him Wheelchair Bradley forever. Liam Williams and Liam Smith are the same person. No, they not, nigga. They fought each other, nigga. They fought each other. Van Der could beat Bradley. Ocampo could beat Bradley. Philo Greco could beat Bradley. They can't beat Bradley right now. Bradley come out of retirement, beat all their ass. Bradley come out of retirement. Jermell gonna fight Hugo again on pay per view. Didn't Hugo? No, he didn't move that down. They'll buy it too. I wouldn't buy that shit. I wouldn't even talk about that shit. Fuck that. I got any more questions? I answer a few more because I said I won't stay in on long. I don't even know if I've been on an hour. Yeah, I've been over an hour. So I answer a few more questions. They look the same. That shit crazy. You said Lance Smith and Mayweather look the same. I know they ain't the same fighter though, for sure. I know that. I know they ain't the same fighter. You got any more questions? Then, if not, shout out to Karate Body for the super chat at the end of yesterday. My bad, bro. I had logged off. I forgot what he asked me. That nigga asked me something. Oh yeah, he asked me if I was gonna do a weekly pick'em for the NFL. I'll try. I'll try to do one every week. It's kind of tough with the injury reports and shit. Yeah, man. Shout out to Karate Body. As soon as I mentioned him up, that motherfucker came in. Yeah, I do a pick'em. I remember your super chat that I do a pick'em this week. I try to keep it up every week. Round 10, the Castillo Corrales won, best round ever. Or you could say, what was it, the first and second round of Hagler Hearns shit. Castillo, that nigga dropped Corrales, and then Corrales. I thought they were gonna stop that bitch on Corrales, but then he came back. Never really got how you can be Bradley or Jermell, clean buff, and can't even crack a nut. Cause muscles don't mean you could punch. Muscles don't mean you could punch. That's a myth. Can we say Wilder is the most feared heavyweight too? Might as well. Seem like AB Big Meech in these streets. This nigga stupid, man. Wilder and Ortiz most feared heavyweights. Yeah, I don't know why Ortiz feared. He ain't that fucking good. Who's AJ versus Tony Thompson? Who is AJ versus Tony Thompson? What? Who wins? My bad. I'm tired. Who wins? At this point, AJ. Tony Thompson cooled out though. I be putting for Tony. He out of shape. Tony was giving Ortiz some good work too. 20 weeks to go. Drop Harrison and Charlo rematch video. No, when they get mad, I do it. There's no make no point in doing it now. I gotta rewatch the fight. I never rewatched the fight. Wilder knocked the fear out of Ortiz. Anyway, he ain't got no choice because he can't get no opportunity nowhere else. He was talking crazy about Wilder before that fight too. He was a bum squad. He was saying all that shit, and everybody was like, "Ortiz a hater." Ortiz. Now everybody like Ortiz. Now niggas is so fake and fickle, bro. For real, man. But let me get out of here, man. I gotta go to the grocery store, man. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to email. Rick Jilla, what's going on? Check out our sponsor, The HealthBlaze.com. That website, promo code description. People on Facebook, link in the description. People on Facebook, Goodfellas Sports TV, and ain't going across your TV. Bob, Salute, Neutral Natural, the whole squad. Appreciate the love and support. One time.